the party, pal!
There he is.
Recording in progress.
Recording is in progress. You know what's great about today?
What?
Today is super.
I meant, oh, no, just a mouth.
No, I'm not an animal.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know what this
Desperate
soup
times.
is. I was told to eat it.
Good
I
luck.
like the haircut, my friend.
Thank you. We both got short hair.
We got short hair for once.
Long time no see.
Long time no see. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the very late party, pal.
Welcome to very late party, pal.
Yeah. This is a podcast by us, the Loomer Brothers. I'm Preston Loomer,
I'm Nathan Loomer.
and we talk about movies when we remember that we have this thing that we do.
And it's time for us to set a schedule next year.
Yeah. So we talked about it a little. We're gonna try and make this like a monthly thing.
Yeah, because we just
That being said, it is not going to be like you're going to get it the same day every month. It will be a sometime in a month something will happen. And now I will try to do a better job of like posting something at least to be like, hey everybody, we're delayed because guess what? We're both theater guys who do a lot of stuff all the time.
Life is nuts.
I got into a musical that I am in no way prepared for.
I'm very excited though. Hey, speaking of murders though.
Yeah. So for those of you who are definitely, I legitimately looked up because I almost forgot what the category was. These are movies Vincent Price dies in.
Mm-hmm.
Now I was gonna go with I was gonna go with the most on-screen deaths, but that's Danny Trejo, and a lot of those movies are real bad.
Yeah,
and a lot of them, he's in it for like 9 seconds and then dies.
Nice. No, this is a lot of him, except for one movie I picked.
Yeah, he's not in a lot of that movie, but that's actually probably the one death where he's not. I actually feel bad.
Yeah, I get that.
I got no idea how to sort this.
I wanted to go by best to worst to best death, but
Ooh.
I have a hard time picking in general. Before we start, which Tower of London did you watch?
I watched the '60s one where he's Richard.
I watched both because I got scared.
I watched the one where he's Richard III.
Perfect, because that's a better movie anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think I'm gonna go best to worst death. Let's think. Are we doing best first or worst worst first?
Worst first.
Worst first. I mean, if I'm gonna pick that,
yeah.
it's Edward Scissorhands.
It is just Edward Scissorhands. Okay, good. I was on the same page.
Edward Scissorhands, or as I started calling him, and my wife hated me, Eddie Snip Snip Fingies.
Eddie Snip Snip Fingies. Oh, I love that.
I was like, I can't take this movie seriously, and especially after all that stuff with Johnny Depp, I was just like, no, we're not doing this.
I don't know. I've never liked this movie. This is like my 5th time seeing it. I'm always thinking I'm gonna like it. I'm like, no.
Every emo kid in high school is like their 3rd favorite movie.
Yeah.
Every single one.
And I don't get it.
How
hard is it?
I watched it this time and I was like, this is a worse version of The Grinch.
Yeah.
Like, you want this movie but better, go watch Ron Howard's The Grinch movie.
Yeah. That's exactly it. Lopsided? What is going on?
That being said, of the adaptations of Frankenstein, this one is somehow better than Kenneth Branagh's.
You got a good point.
Of it. I mean, I like Edward Scissorhands fine. I think if I'm gonna go and like be like, oh, I'm watching all the Tim Burton movies, I'm gonna start with this one because I just want to get out of the way.
Yeah, that's how I feel. I think you have to buy in a lot. I think that's my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see the scissors as that big of a problem, but that's okay.
I also was like, where is he? I have worked enough times in my kitchen now that you can't keep a knife that sharp that long.
Yeah.
So, especially if you're doing topiary work, like, what is he? He is sharpening those things constantly.
That's right. So that's on him.
Yeah, clearly this is self-sabotage.
This is self-sabotage.
This is also the movie I think that took Anthony Michael Hall from being like the nerd to being the bully and everything.
Yeah,
which was real weird. I forgot he was in this, and then I'm rewatching Community because the movie's gonna happen, so I want to like remember all of it. And he's in that as like a douche too.
What the heck?
I was like, Anthony Michael Hall. What?
I think I just don't know him what he looks like grown up until I see him again.
He's in The Dark Knight. He was in that middle of the new Halloween trilogy. Yeah, he's actually pretty. I mean, he's pretty tall, so I think that's why they.
Yeah.
And now that he's not like skinny, it helps. But it's so weird because I'm like, that's the dude from Weird Science. That's the Breakfast Club nerd.
That's
That's like
Breakfast
the
Club guy.
nerd.
That's it. Yeah, the nerd.
Like that's the guy who is defined in that movie as the nerd.
Because oh gosh, 80 stars trying to break out of their stereotype. It's fine.
From what I read that a lot of people like this because it's like a very strong like queer allegory of
Mhm.
being like the weird person, but you have for no reason other than you're just weird.
It's weird.
Um, and
um,
then just all this other
yeah.
crazy stuff.
I mean, I love the way it's shot and colored. I think it's a very fun as far as like the setting and design.
Yeah,
But that's Tim Burton. I mean, that's
yeah.
just what he
It's
does.
kind of interesting. I mean, I was sitting there going, it's surprisingly colorful. When you
Yeah.
think of Tim Burton, it's always like black and white, and this one's weirdly very colorful,
Like
except
very
for Edward
colorful.
and the castle.
Yeah.
Also, this has the most Tom Jones in the soundtrack. I think there were 3 songs.
He's Tom Jones. Oh
There
my
were like 3
gosh.
Tom Jones songs. I was like, what is this
I think
thing?
Danny Elfman was just bored. He's like, I don't want to write another song.
It's like, just get somebody else. Just get somebody else.
He's somebody else.
I watched
Put me
something
on.
a couple days ago that had Tom Jones in it. It was like out of nowhere, and I was like, what is this? Oh, it was the Full Monty. It was the end of the Full Monty.
Mm. Oh my
And
gosh.
or as I call it, the best Magic Mike movie.
Until the new one. We don't know yet. We
Okay,
don't
I
know.
liked 2. I finally watched them both. The second
I
one is actually
know.
very fun. They got rid of all the plot shit and just were like, let's just let the dudes do dumb stuff.
Dance. Oh, I like
Let's let Joe, whatever his last name is, Manganello, have a strip tease that involves Cheetos.
it. That's right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
They should. That's good branding.
Also, this is my fun fact trivia. How old do you think Johnny Depp was in this movie?
I want to say 30s.
He was 30.
He was exactly 30.
30 on the nose. Everyone treats him like he's
Wow.
15.
Yeah, they do.
I was
The
like,
little
this dude is
child.
30. Except that one woman who tries to sleep with him. Which, if you don't know I mean, I guess I was like, I was sitting there going, viably, the age of this thing, whatever Edward is, I think he's a person, but like, I don't know
Yeah.
how long ago he was made.
Yeah, so it could be a child. It could
Like,
be. Yeah,
what are the this is like some like big levels of like, what are the ethics behind this relationship?
yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah.
I don't know why I forgot it was Winona Ryder until I've seen it like so many times and I always forget.
Until he discovered Helena Bonham Carter, Winona Ryder was going to be
The
Tim
go-to.
Burton's like go-to,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
true.
lucky for us they didn't keep that because
Yeah,
Helena Bonham Carter is a way better actress.
I love her. So
I do still love that clip though when Stranger Things came out and they were interviewing something and Winona Ryder was like, I don't think I was teased a lot as a kid. I wasn't very attractive, and David Harbour sitting next to her goes, what? Like, you do know you were like everyone's.
Everyone. Oh my gosh. Ooh.
Yeah.
But,
This movie features Diane Wiest, who I can't think about anymore without that stupid line from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
and Weast is the.
She plays the mom,
Oh yeah.
but she's the one that Boyle always talks about how he's like really into Diane Wiest movies, but he has
Yeah.
yeast infection, and I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
And I feel so bad because she's like the nicest human in everything except for like one thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But I guess we should talk about the reason that we actually watched this movie.
Oh right, the death.
Vincent Price. This is the one movie where Vincent Price is in no way malicious the whole time.
Nothing.
Kindly old man who lives up on a hill. This is also his last movie, so this is technically his last on-screen death.
Yeah. So that's part of the reason I picked it.
Yeah. He dies of a heart attack, which is. I
Simple.
mean, it's simple and it's sad.
And even if the hospital could get to him, he also gets stabbed by Scissorhands.
Yeah, well, because you're trying to do CPR with Scissorhands, and it's gonna. It's not so good. No, but it's like I honestly was like, that's like the sweetest little character. It's such a weird thing to see him in because he's always associated as being like basically the
guy.
voiceover he does in Thriller is his entire movie like persona.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's just so like sad.
Oh, but Is this our first? Well, we've watched a couple Tim Burton movies. We watched Batman. I like.
We watched one of the Batmans, and I think we watched. Did we watch Beetlejuice?
No. Oh, we watched Ed Booth, right?
Yeah, we watched Ed Wood.
Ed Wood. Ed Wood, not Ed Booth. Oh my.
Ed Booth. Who the hell is Ed? You took a thinking like the actor from the
Yeah,
like
I'm
the
always thinking that.
brother of the guy who shot the president.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
exactly who I think of.
which is he doesn't even go by Ed. He goes by it's Ned Booth.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'm gonna be honest. The number of legal troubles that I this is the worst. This is the worst. There's the scene where the cops pull up and Edward comes out with the knives up and they're like, drop the knives, and they're like, he can't. They're his hands.
His hands.
And I just my brain was like, God, he's lucky he's white.
Right.
And then I was like, is that
Very
racist?
pale white too.
Is that
Like not
racist
just...
to say?
I get it.
But also,
Where's the cut where they just start firing? Where they're just like, okay,
yeah.
well,
And then they put it
down.
well, and then I thought, and then they put him through trial and they sent him to jail, and I was like, wait a minute, does this dude have a birth certificate? Like, how is
Yeah.
this guy like? What is
Who
the
is
legality of this situation?
Don't think about it. He just trims hedges. That's
Yeah.
all he does. That's
Yeah.
all you know.
This is
Oh
like
my
this
gosh.
is like so much, and yeah, it's I don't understand.
I don't know.
I don't understand it.
And it's fine.
That being said, it did inspire me. I was like, man, I want a movie about like a guy who does topiary, and then they all like get put under a like satanic spell and come to life and just start like attacking people.
I like that.
Or I mean, it's just the Happening, but better.
Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh.
Okay.
Let us make movies.
Let us make movies, Hollywood, but don't because
Don't.
I'd make the dumbest stuff.
God dang it. I have like my top deaths, but the bottom ones are where I struggle.
I know. Well, okay.
I want to go.
I know what my
Devin
number. Say, I know what my number one is.
Yeah, my number one. We'll see if we. Uh, maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll go Tower of London.
Tower of London's good.
Tower of London.
That's probably where I was.
Probably fine. It's fine. I mean, it's good. I wasn't expecting it to be that way.
He falls in a bog and
That's
gets
the thing.
attacked by
So-
ghosts.
Because when I looked it up, I was like, I looked up his like just what movies he died, and I never looked up how. So I was like, wait, every movie I was like, when's it happening?
I know there. For the record, if anyone wants to know, there is a website out there that will tell you every actor on the planet and how many times they've died in everything.
And everything. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
great.
And I was going to say too, Vincent Price. I think he's fourth. I think there's
he's
three
not,
people
he's
who've
not
done.
up there, which is very impressive.
I think it's Danny Trejo, and then I think it's Dennis Hopper and Christopher Lee. I think are the next two.
Yeah, which we missed out on two Christopher Lee killing Vincent Price movies.
That's next Halloween.
Next Halloween.
For the record, this is supposed to come out on Halloween. It is now a Thanksgiving thing.
Now Thanksgiving, we're carving the pumpkin.
We're carving the pumpkin that is rotten at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like you can get a pumpkin in November.
Yeah.
They have pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie. Yeah. Eat your spoiled pumpkin. It's on your porch. So this is a historical place. I don't know. I never looked up how true it is.
It's like someone took the No Fear Shakespeare version of Richard III and then just threw it onto a thing.
Yeah.
And a little Macbeth.
That's what I got the vibe of. But
it's a lot of very interesting
God.
adaptations. My favorite one, this is my favorite thing. This is a historical thing that they definitely did not research. You can tell there's a number of things about these people that they did not look into beyond probably the Shakespeare play. In the play, a lot of people are referred to by their titles.
Yeah.
And George, the Duke of Clarence, in this is only called Clarence, but Richard is only called Richard.
Yeah.
He's Richard, Duke of Gloucester.
Duke of Gloucester.
So they only they're like, oh, my brother, oh, Clarence, Richard, Clarence. And I was like, wait a minute, why does this guy get the title and this guy only has a name?
Exactly how I felt. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I still can't believe there's two movies with the same name. They got killed.
Isn't this a remake of the other one?
I don't think so. I think the other one is just about a man going around killing someone. I'm not positive. No, it's the same name. Yeah, it might just be a remake.
Might just be a remake.
Okay, very good.
This is a remake, and then there's another movie he has that we have on here that has a remake that is nothing like the movie that we watched.
There's also a remake of a thing.
Oh, that's
Isn't it?
oh my god! I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think one of
I
these is like a
think
triple.
the remake. Yeah, crazy.
The thing I did like about this that I wish I love the scene in the actual Shakespeare's Richard III where the ghosts come back and haunt Richard in his dream, and I
Yeah,
like that they took that idea and like made it the whole
whole thing.
that like he's losing himself
Oh,
in the music. The moment you own it,
known
never
it.
let go. Mom
I
spaghetti.
I didn't expect this movie to be older because of the black and white. And it's so weird in the 60s when they said we still want to do it
Mm-hmm.
in an old looking style. You can
Yeah,
tell the camera's color for some reason. I don't know how or
yeah,
something. But uh I don't know. My hardest part was keeping track of the names. There's a lot
yeah.
of
It's 1,200. Every one of these '60s British films, and this is my problem with all of them.
yeah.
It's 700 white guys, all with like very generic white names,
Mm-hmm.
like Edward, Richard, George, William, Franklin, and then
Earl.
William the Younger, William the Elder, Dead Tom.
Oh my gosh, it's really true. Oh,
Yeah.
think of other things. Uh, I like the costumes a lot. I'll give it that.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
will give it that's fun. I don't know. I don't know. Will I ever watch it again? Probably not. Probably
It's
not.
fine.
Probably not
It's
one of those
fine.
ones I will.
This might have been the least interesting of
This
the
this
six we
probably
watched.
was. That's on.
Yeah.
That's on me. But
It does have Death by Butt though, which is always great.
yes, that's the death
Yeah.
by butt.
Death by Butt. We were talking about a wine butt for the record. We're not.
Yeah, not. Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
I wrote a fan fiction piece back in college. I didn't end up using it for something, but I wrote one of Clarence like going crazy, but while he's drowning in the butt of wine. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh my
Think about
gosh.
this though. This is my favorite. I was like watching this. I was like, man, Richard goes from like 12th in line to the king in like 2 days.
2
Charles
days.
had to wait 70 years. And he was he was
He
second.
was very close. Oh man.
And now he's the king. And he's like, I'm going to be king as long as my mother.
Do you think there's
I
people in London who like just they know they're like 2,000? Like, how can I get there?
I'm sure.
They have this plot in their head.
I am absolutely certain. I've heard too that if you're less than like 100th, you basically like forget it.
Forget it.
The number of people you have to eliminate to get there, it's absurd.
You gotta hope a war breaks out. Like,
and then even then, it's like some cousin of the queen's great great uncle who is now like living in Zimbabwe. Who just like you're just like, wait, what about this dad descendant is the.
It must have been way more fun in olden times when you could do stuff like this and murder people without getting caught. Because then it's a game. You're like, maybe.
God damn you, forensic evidence. And, and security cameras and the internet.
We'll never get there.
To be fair, I worry that there are some people in this country who think that is a thing.
Oh my.
This too, okay, and this is my other thing, is every time a clergyman showed up in this, I was like, why does anyone take the damn Catholic Church seriously? Like, those outfits, like, I get at the time when everyone's dressed like that, they don't seem that weird. But now I'm like, they are still wearing
doing it. Why are they still wearing it?
That being said,
fashion.
Yeah, that being said, I do want, this is when I was like, you could remake this and make it work.
Yeah.
Up the horror, make it a little more like, dudes, like, you don't know if the ghosts are actually there.
Yeah.
And then kind of, play with that. But also, I don't really want to take the time to, like, watch it enough times to get there, so forget it. Never mind.
Oh, man. Someday. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. This is where it gets tricky for the deaths, by the way. This is
let me think. I would go with Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid.
Yep.
I think the movie's great. I don't think the death is interesting at all.
No, I mean, besides the fact that it's not from that movie.
It's also, technically it's two different movies. He's dying at the same time, which is the best. For those who've never seen, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid is an '80s Steve Martin, Carl Reiner, maybe it's '70s. I don't know. It's
right.
'80s Steve Martin, Carl Reiner film noir parody. What they did is they took actual footage from like 30s through 50s films and cut it in such a way that basically Steve Martin interacts with like every movie star from the golden era. He talks to Cary Grant, he talks to Humphrey Bogart, and then Vincent Price is like one of the bad guys.
One of them. You just one. There's a lot. But...
And there's a chase through this. I was like, the best part is I'm watching him run through the streets in that scene. And I was like, what happens in the other movie that there's like a Mexican festival?
Yeah, like,
or I guess Peruvian. What a Peruvian festival that they have to like chase
to remake it.
Yeah, they had to rebuild it with this.
Oh my gosh, I know. I watched this movie when I was too young. I know. You and Dad were watching, and I came in, and I did not understand that this was cut up. I was like,
no, I didn't.
I was like, okay, we both were too young. We were like, I don't. Just what is going on?
Yeah, I think it was, what was it? It was something to do with the fact that I was like, wait a minute, Humphrey Bogart. One time in like college, I was like, Humphrey Bogart died before Steve Martin was even like a movie star.
Yeah, movie star.
How did they make this together at the same time? And then was like, oh wait a minute, they cheated.
They cheated.
That being said, it is sad that this is the first Humphrey Bogart thing we have watched.
Oh my god.
It is even more sad that like I don't think I've seen most of these movies.
No.
I've seen it twice because I recognized it when it came up. And then I was like, that's it. That's the only one that I think I've seen of all of the old movies on here.
Oh my gosh. It was funny because I was trying to find what movies he was dying in. I got The Bribe was one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what the other one is, but
well, he dies in The Bribe, and that's the death that's in Dead or Plaid.
Okay,
he's only Vincent Price from The Bribe in this.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, there's not a couple of them. I know Bogart was in. I think there's like 3 different movies that they used because he shows up more than once.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I still love this movie. I actually was surprised how it's not reviewed well online. As far as I saw people say it aged poorly. I'm like, I don't get it.
It has a little bit. There's some
stuff.
There's some of that 40s sexual harassment stuff that.
But I think that's a joke in the movie.
Well, yeah, that's the hardest part with satire. Is it's like, is this played as a joke, or is this played as a straight like this is supposed to be a joke? It's just funny.
Yeah, you're like, that's what it is. The bullet thing is the joke that always gets. I still quote it. I don't know why. It's such a stupid thing, sucking out the bullet.
Sucking the bullet out every time. That and the friggin' the cleaning woman bit. I forgot all about it till it happened.
No.
And then I was like, wait, doesn't cleaning woman have some like trigger for him? And then he started attacking her. I was like, oh yeah, it does.
Cleaning woman.
Yeah. Cleaning woman. And then when they do it at the end in German, my Hausgauterfrau. My cleaning woman. And the great Carl, my wife was watching the last couple scenes, and she goes, wow, that guy has a very Mel Brooksy aspect to him. And I was like, you mean Carl Reiner, the guy who's like best friends with Mel Brooks for 60 years? Yeah, I would say they had some similarities.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's a lot of just like subtle jokes and good like clever like the what does fuck mean?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I want an overlay of like every scene saying what it's cut from, like at the bottom of the screen. I
bet somebody's made it. They do it at the end. The credits roll. They show all the people and what movies they're actually in.
Yeah.
But you have to get to the end to do that, and then half the time you don't even remember who they were in the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Rock Hudson shows up to do nothing the entire time.
Yeah.
I am surprised though that more people have not done this.
Yeah.
Like, this feels like something. I mean, I'm sure nowadays with the rights and royalties and crap, it'd be absurd.
Right.
But I'm like, God, you could cut like half of Nosferatu into a movie and nobody cared.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
They're remaking it. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
With the guy who made The Lighthouse, which he's 1 for 3 for me right now. So hopefully this one evens the score.
Get it going.
Yeah.
The only other movies like this I know is Kong Pao. That's the only one I can ever think of.
But that's really just one movie, isn't it? It's just one that they took and
a bunch of they just took one from one thing and mashed them in it. Yeah.
Ooh, maybe that's the trick. But then and they dubbed the voices in that one. Like this took the straight dialogue from
It's just
movies and made it work. What is that bit? It goes where Bogart picks one. Goes, is that you, Benny? No, it's Rigby. Oh, whatever. Just like. Which I just also am like, I don't know how they wrote this thing. Like that's something I would love to see is the
Yeah,
process of like how did they choose which clips to use where and when
yeah.
did they
I wonder if it's a DVD behind the scenes
I
thing.
bet we could find one.
Oh man.
And rest in peace, Terre Haute, Indiana, which cheese bombed. It's the dumbest plot ever.
Yeah.
It's so great. I love it.
I love it. So that's one I would say everyone should watch, just because he's got to see how it's done.
Yeah. And like, and then now I gotta go watch The Bride or The Bride because I haven't
Yep.
seen, I still haven't watched it.
That's true. Now I want to know how it gets there. That's a very good point.
Yeah, I still have not seen it.
Oh my gosh.
All right, we got 2 more or 3 more. That was halfway. We're halfway. Cruising through this one.
Is it my turn to pick?
This is your turn to pick.
My turn to pick. Ah, God. Wait, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, whoopsie. Okay, that's why. I'm gonna go because it's just kind of House of Wax.
That was my number 1.
That's your number 1?
That was my number 1. But that's okay. We can talk about it. No, that's fine. Let's do it.
Yeah, my favorite.
It's fine. Let's do it.
Oh, I feel bad.
So, I was vaguely familiar with the remake of House of Wax.
Oh man, I should have gone. Wait, I didn't have it open. I should have gone with the Red Death, but that's okay.
No, well, that's fine. We'll go with Red Dead next, and we'll end with the best movie of the group. So
yeah, okay, that's the thing. That's where I could maybe. Okay,
I kid you not. I wrote Madame Tussauds from Hell in my notes, and then they said Madame Tussauds in the movie, and I was like, "Who's watching?
Who is mine?
Who the hell?"
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. No, the premise of this movie is brilliant. I think this is like I was just like, this is so cool. The idea that some guy is taking people and then casting them in wax to make them like the most lifelike statues.
Yeah.
And the revenge thriller aspect of it, like the fact that that like you kind of can't figure out, like at first you can't figure out if it's actually like him, and then he shows up and then you're like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah. I'm really happy I finally saw it because I've always known about it and I've just never sat down with it. So this apparently is the best one to watch out of the 3. And I get why.
I started watching the remake and then I got about halfway through it and I just never finished it.
No,
there's not even at this point we're like 45. I was like 45 minutes and they haven't even gotten to a House of Wax,
which is crazy because I mean
it's currently a road trip movie through redneck country.
This is a movie. How are they not remaking this now? This is so bankable. It feels like if you do it.
Oh my god!
Creepily.
Madame Tussauds is freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you could make it. Also, this is a remake. So House of Wax is a remake of House of Wax, which is a remake.
No, which I didn't. I do have to maybe watch the 1930s, I think, one. So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That and like wax museums, I don't know why they're not used for more horror stuff. They're already creepy. They're creepy in the light.
I wouldn't want to go to one. I don't get it.
I went to one in San Francisco because I got a 2-for-1. It was like one of those like you could spend $10 and go to the aquarium, or you could spend $15 and go to the aquarium and Madame Tussauds. And I was like, screw it. I got nothing to do all day. Bombed an audition this morning. Let's go see it all.
See it.
And then I just tried to like sit in the room with the presidents and like hang with Obama.
Nice.
He wasn't a great conversationalist. He didn't talk much.
That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. I don't know. The only time I can think of I ever saw anything close to House of Wax, like Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Similar thing, yeah.
Similar thing. So still weird.
They got all those museums. Well, you went to that wax museum in was it Cannon Beach or Newport?
Oh, okay.
Oregon Coast.
Maybe I thought that was.
They have both of them. Because they had the two.
It must have been back to back. I
must
have thought it was the same thing. That's.
It wasn't like an official. Like it was just like the wax museum.
The wax museum. Oh yeah, because you can get your hand done in there.
Yeah.
I didn't want to.
And then Mama was made of Sing Moon River, and we never knew the.
No idea what that is.
Sing Moon River. Like I don't know what Moon River is. I've used it in shows. I still don't know what Moon River is.
I still don't know. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, I the initial setup, the first scene before like the fire is set and they burn his like wax museum down, I was legitimately like, this is great. I'm already loving this. And then they did the twist, and then went to the second half, and I was like, oh, this is even better. I'm gonna watch this again someday. I also never realized how tall Vincent Price was. I don't know why I didn't know he was like 6.
I agree with that. This is now my Halloween watch list, which is but I put it in there. I'll be watching this.
I haven't done a revenge. I need to do a revenge fest. I've got like 6 lined up though, so it's like, yeah. Currently working my way. The zombie one was a disaster. I'll be real. 90% of those movies I did not like. I was like, I'm not a big fan of the zombie genre, so I'll give it a shot.
No.
And I was like, not a big fan of the best ones. The 2 best ones were the one that was in Korean.
Yeah.
The British one that I knew was the best one. The Spanish one, which was more of like a demonic possession movie.
Yeah. Why do I know which ones you're talking about?
Because I made a list and you probably read it.
I did. Oh, I did read it.
And then One Cut of the Dead, which is brilliant.
Yes.
I made my wife watch that one. But halfway through it, she's like, "Why are you making me watch this? This is not very good." And then it ended. The fake ending happened, and she's like, "That was it?" And I was like, "No,
not even close."
And then then there's like the midsection where they like, "Here, we're gonna show you how we set up," and she's like, "So it's just about how they made this dumb movie." And then they did the like final. I was like, "It's noises off, man. You just gotta wait for the payoff."
Gotta wait.
That final third is just, it's the greatest.
It's the greatest twist. I love it.
More of it, please.
Are we gonna talk about this death? Should we
Yeah. Did we talk about the death in the last one?
Which one? Oh my god!
Yeah, we talked about he got shot and
he got shot. That's basically it.
This one, the reason I think this death is the best is because he falls into a vat of wax.
Yeah.
And like
poetic.
Yes, 2 is a fake out death where he gets burned in the first half.
Well, yeah.
And then he Phantom of the Operas himself and dies again.
Yeah. I guess I should have been looking at the full context of the death. I think the second one, he's like, "Oh, he fell in." I get it.
Yeah. I think it's just the like absurdity of the contraption is so, and there's a poetic nature of like, oh, he died the way he lived.
The way he lived,
killing people with wax.
Killing people with wax. He's like, "Oh, this is horrible. Oh, I shouldn't be doing it."
What was it? The other one? There's that torture scene that they have in this one. Where they're talking about all of the things that like he's gonna do, and I don't remember exactly how it goes. I was like, I just want to see it, but it's just like people getting canceled for dumb shit. It's like, you know what I'm gonna do to you? I'm gonna delete your Facebook. Then I'm gonna tell everyone you were a bad person. No.
Yeah, this is the word.
Just that. I feel like that's a movie out there. Although I feel like that's probably one of those ones that's like on like the Daily Wire. This is really bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of
whole movie of people just trying to get away with not being canceled. It's like, please.
That's a thing. I swear that's got to be a thing. Knowing the internet, it's probably porn.
Probably is. Well, everything is. To be fair.
Rule 34 right there. Everything is porn.
Everything is. Okay.
That's it. Okay. It's me.
And now,
well, now I gotta pick Masque of the Red Death.
I'm sorry. So swap those two. Or put.
It's
fine.
I'm surprised you picked Tower or the last one over that one, but it's all good.
I just forgot. I didn't have this open. My bad. I should.
I just love how this movie immediately goes. It's the 1960s. Fuck settle.
Fuck settle. Yeah, this movie's crazy.
We're gonna have some fucked up demon Teletubbies killing people throughout this friggin' movie.
Oh my gosh. It's so red. I want to say, whenever you see, I wasn't sure if it was makeup plus a red light on their face, because it's so like red. Every time you see their face. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Technically, in this one, if you get weird with it, Vincent Price kills Vincent Price.
Yeah.
Sort of.
In a way.
Basically, because the way the death works is you see yourself in the face of death before you die.
So. No wonder he took the role.
I think this one's also it's a remake because it's Edgar Allan Poe. They made like 3 versions of it. All these movies, they made a bunch of them, and then Vincent Price was in all the really good ones.
Yep, it's really true though, because I really like this movie as well. It's just
I'm gonna say this movie was confusing as ass.
Very confusing,
and especially because they threw the friggin' Hop Toad story in the middle of it. Because that's a different Poe thing. And I was like, wait a minute. So they have this little person painted gold the whole time. Like, even when he's not on stage or doing his, like, shtick, he's still painted gold. And he's in love with this woman who looks like she's 7.
Yes.
But then has, like, the deepest goddamn voice
Ever.
of a grown woman ever.
Yeah.
There was a lot in this one, and then it just got weirder and weirder and weirder.
It's very much, what costumes do we have on the lot? Film. It's very much like, as Lawrence of Arabia, like, oh, just throw those costumes over there. There's like, I don't know. Like,
this feels like somebody got punished, and they were like, you gotta go. You know when they were like making people Shrek in DreamWorks? It's like that. It's like, you want to be in the good movie? Well, you gotta earn it. So you gotta Masque of the Red Death first.
You gotta Masque of the Red Death first. Oh my gosh.
I just love too when Prospero's like, oh no, we serve Satan, and I was like, I never saw that coming. I was not prepared.
No way.
God, what? You mean the guys who are definitely gonna die are in league with the devil?
I think that is the crazy thing. For how over the top this movie is, nothing surprised me. They could have thrown anything. Like,
yeah. I was
really?
like, they're in league with the devil, and everyone's DTF, and I was like, yeah, that's on brand.
That's it.
Let's be real. And I was like, but let me guess, this was some like. This one also felt like something that would be on the Daily Wire, but for a very different tone.
Very different.
Of like, if you serve Satan, you will die.
Right.
And it's like, what? If you eat Cheetos with anything other than your fingers, you will die. I'm like, I don't think it's a thing.
I don't think
it is.
Okay, as if you say so, Edgar. I mean,
it's just become a podcast. I'm just gonna bash on Ben Shapiro every single episode now.
I'm perfectly fine with that. If we can sneak in a segment, we gotta make a segment next time.
God, I should have made you watch What Is a Woman. Don't do it, please don't. I watched it. It was so bad. If anything, there's a couple YouTubers who do. There was one did like a 4-hour video on it that was better than the movie. I was like, this is a 4-hour review that's better than the movie it's reviewing.
Oh God, I love that. I love when YouTubers have longer videos than the movie they watching.
God, yeah, but then you break down stuff. I'm like, man, I would do that if I had the time. No, I just make dumb videos about Daniel Radcliffe.
You know what? He's the best actor right now. I said it. He's killing it everywhere. He hasn't let me down.
He told the truest Weird Al story
ever.
That was dying. Did I tell you what Dad said to me?
What?
We were talking about, he goes, it was a little much. It was a little like obvious, and I was like, have you seen Weird Al ever? Have you watched it? Have you ever heard a Weird Al song? The man has a song that it's called Fat, just fat. And you know what the lyrics are? It's just different versions of the word fat. I don't think he's trying to be subtle.
No, not at all.
I broke an act. We went to the Rocky Horror Show last night.
Oh, nice.
To a midnight show. My friend Claire was playing Riff Raff, and she comes out and she's got this frilly like green thing, and she walked out and she goes, "Not so fast." It's like the ending scene where they're gonna shoot the gun. She goes, "Not fast, so fast, Frank." In front of her, I was like, "I loved you in Jurassic Park." Watch 2 people on stage just go.
Oh my gosh!
There are a couple real good ones. There are a couple ones that were like phenomenal.
Wonderful. Oh man.
But that one I was proud of because I was like, one, you can't do that joke anywhere else because no one's gonna make him wear that costume in any other scene. So I win.
That.
This one has the most deaths. I think Masque of the Red Death.
Yes.
Everybody dies except for like 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Teletubbies at the end.
Which rest in peace. Except for they get a reboot on Netflix.
Whoa! That's not surprising. They're always doing Poe. I've seen so many Edgar Allan Poe things, and then that really terrible John Cusack movie where he plays Poe.
Teletubbies.
Oh, that too. I remember liking those when I was a kid, and now I'm looking back on what the fuck was this show about?
I never liked them. I always had nightmares. So
I just was like, I think they're kind of fun. I think because I like the mascot costume looking things.
Yeah.
But then I just watched like a clip of them, and I was like, what the fuck is this show about?
What are they doing?
Why are they showing this to children?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I've learned nothing.
I just want the baby son and the pancakes with the pink goop.
Yeah, I don't think.
And no one likes the vacuum.
Yeah, for some reason.
Sorry, vacuum.
Sorry, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace,
Rip vacuum.
man. Everyone died in this
Rip the
episode.
tubby
That's all
vacuum.
I'm deciding.
Let's make a brutal HBO reboot of Teletubbies.
Yeah. There's a bunch of horror games you can mod into like Slenderman, and that.
Could we do it? Oh my god, Among Us with the freaking Teletubbies. Oh my god, no, I want this now.
Yeah.
They're just all the different colors and they're all Teletubbies.
They just
already
run
look like
around.
it.
Yeah, perfect. Oh my gosh.
Did I tell you that I won a game of Among Us as the traitor without killing anybody one time?
I think you talked.
No, I killed one person. I had to kill one person at the very end of the game.
Yeah.
I just wandered around and I was literally just running with a guy and like faking tasks the entire game. And he's like, nah. And I play. For those of you who don't know, my character in Among Us. If you ever play with Greg Davies, it's me because he's the taskmaster and you do tasks.
So
and
I love it so much.
That's my gimmick because I just go do tasks. So I was running around just like fake doing stuff with this dude the whole game. They're getting paranoid. People are voting each other out left and right. Somebody's like, so vented. And I was like, there's no way that dude vented.
No way.
Because I'm right here.
I'm literally just here.
Just sitting there going, sounds real sus, man. And then at the end, I was down to like 3 and they were on to me. And I was just like, cool. And they started the round and just went, okay, cool. Let's move on. And everyone was like, we told you the whole time.
You're making me want to play it. Oh boy.
I freaking love doing that in those kind of games. I did it in a game of Friday the 13th. I didn't kill anybody the whole game. This dude messaged me afterwards like, dude, you suck at this game. And I was like, I wasn't trying to kill anyone.
I wasn't really trying.
I was just going through a very nice nature walk. And these asshole kids were just screaming and running away. And he's like, okay, sure, dude. And I was like,
you Tuckered and Daled them.
What you don't know is I was trolling you so hard. And the best part, because you get killed when you like get disconnected or like leave the game, so 3 people still died.
Oh my god!
3 people got so bored I wasn't killing anyone; they just left.
We just gave up. I love that. Oh my gosh!
It's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite.
But now
enough of this nonsense.
We gotta talk about my favorite death.
This is my favorite. Okay, so
movie.
I watched this movie last year on a whim.
Yep.
This is Theater of Blood. If you told me there was a revenge slasher starring Vincent Price that's based around Shakespeare plays,
God,
and I would have been like
amazing
watching it 10 years earlier than I did. I'm surprised it took me 30 years to watch this freaking movie.
What a great idea. Just I know it's also because we're theater people and I don't, but the idea of killing critics to give bad reviews
in the style of the deaths in the play where they bashed him. And then you get Dame friggin' Diana Rigg to play his daughter, and she's the best Bond girl of them all. I don't care what anyone says.
You get that.
Suck at everyone else who's ever been a Bond girl. I don't even know who I would say is the second best one.
I don't know anybody ever.
I think some people like to say Eva Green's one from Casino Royale, but I was like, no.
Oh, okay.
No. This one married Bond. She got him to commit to monogamy.
So that's a win. That's a big win.
Yeah. No, it was freaking brilliant. I was just like, and the more I watched it, the more I was like, wait a minute, they're doing Troilus and Cressida? Nobody freaking knows that play.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my gosh. No, there's so many. It's like there's so many plays in this. I mean, all the tragedies. It's just my favorite death, not just because of the falling, which is magnificent. It's because of the cops afterwards of the being like, that was low over the top. It's so funny to be like, even his death, he couldn't get it right.
It was a little much.
It's a little much.
That's okay. To be fair, though, and I'm not saying that he would have done this. This is how I feel like Laurence Olivier would have reacted if he just gotten bashed all of a sudden and shut down.
Yeah,
like
that's right.
I was like, that dude. I mean, Vincent Price is a better actor than people give him credit for. I think he's kind of been reduced to the impression of him.
Yep.
Of just and I can't do a decent enough one, but just that like, I'm going to say things sinister, and you're going to like it.
I'm going to just sit here and read out all the lyrics. I watched it. I don't know why I watched an interview while I was after watching all these movies of just him reading the Thriller monologue. Like,
Yeah.
he's just doing it, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Terrorize y'all's neighborhood. Yeah,
But
and it's
no.
brilliant, and it's so good. I was like, I always forget he's American too.
Yeah.
And I was like, he's one of those British guys from that time.
British
I was like,
guys.
wait, no, he's not.
No, he's not.
He's not British, unlike everyone else who.
Yeah, everyone.
Everyone I've ever associated with a good like classical actor.
Yeah. Oh my
So.
gosh. This is one that everyone needs to watch.
This one's good,
especially if you're a theater Shakespeare lover.
And it's like there are some parts where it's a little gross, but it's not scary.
It's not scary.
It's more of a revenge film than an actual horror movie.
Yeah.
No, I read the premise for this one last year. I don't remember what I was doing, but I just saw it and I was like, that can't be a thing. I was like, wait a minute, how have I not heard of this?
That's true.
And I was like, I gotta watch this. I doubt it's very good. That's probably why I haven't heard it. And then I watched it, I was like, this is amazing. Why? How have I never seen this before?
Never seen this.
And so as soon as I came up with this category, I was like, oh, I'm making him watch Theater of Blood.
Yeah. Which I'm very happy about because
Yeah.
I meant to watch it last year and I never got around to it.
Yeah. So there you go. Now you've seen it.
Although my favorite death, last night I went and watched the entire half-hour YouTube of every death we didn't have on the list. Look up the death that he has in Bloodbath at the House of Death.
I think I've seen that one.
That is the funniest thing I've ever seen.
All right, we're gonna Google this right now.
Oh gosh.
So death scene.
I wonder if I find a big compilation.
I like. Oh, that's way hard. Oh, it's the whole movie's on YouTube.
Oh yay! You just get there.
And Vincent Price looks old as shit.
If you go to the big compilation, it's like at 19 minutes.
Yeah, it's So I love that is only 19 minutes, but they have a compilation of Arnold Schwarzenegger killing people that is like an hour and a half long.
Yeah.
It takes so long. That's the one. I don't want to see those stats. Who's the person who's killed the most people in a movie?
I wonder. Do you think if I Google it, it will be there?
Okay, wait, no, I know who it is. It's Peter Cushing because he blew up Alderaan.
Oh, okay.
And he's in all these horror films.
Who's killed the most people in movie history? No, okay, you could say Rambo, but that's like maybe deaths from C.
Well, okay, but we have. I mean, it's tricky because how do you count deaths?
That's a good point. That's
technically Josh Brolin as Thanos could be like the most.
But they came back. I'm not gonna count. He got zero,
well,
baby. Okay,
he got
two,
some.
maybe.
He got some.
He got some.
Technically, Loki, and Vision were still dead.
Yes, good point. Yeah, I'm there.
Titanic is the movie with the most deaths in it.
Okay, makes sense.
So,
deaths. And it's my turn to say a line this week.
Yeah, I did the silent movie line last time.
So I'm so happy because this is because it's "Welcome to the Party, Pal." The Die Hard line. It's what I would imagine Vincent Price said to all of his directors. Next time you have a chance to kill someone, don't hesitate. No, it's the best. Oh my gosh.
So the next one, whenever it comes out, will be the birthday special for Nate.
I'm finishing up. I put a bunch of bad movies, and I decided I got to go find 2 movies I
You could at least watch.
I was like, maybe I'll do some movies I want to watch.
Just do what I did. I didn't watch Cats again last time.
That's a good point.
I just made you watch it.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes things.
Yeah.
I'll have it.
I deserve what's coming to me. I made you watch Cats.
Though, I had to at some point.
Have I told you that my freaking students hounded me about the fact that I said I thought that the cat played by Taylor Swift was kind of attractive? I still hear about it. They'll walk up to me and be like, hey, Preston, Taylor Swift tickets, or Mr. Loomer, Taylor Swift tickets are going on sale. Do you think that she's gonna dress like a cat? And I'm like, God, you guys.
Not for $90,000. I want.
I have never been happier to not be a Taylor Swift fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I like her music, but I'm like, I'm not. I
don't need to go.
I don't need to see her concerts.
I saw James Acast. That's all I wanted.
I have yet to see anyone top Alice Cooper either. So
it's good.
It's I don't think Taylor Swift's gonna do it. Unless she brings out like a chainsaw and starts cutting people. Then
Jesus,
that's look. I'll hear about them and then just like sneak into one. It's fine.
Yeah.
I know people who work in some of these places. I can get into one of those.
You get there.
All right. I think that's all we got.
I think that's it. But I'll send you the list.
Send me the list and
call.
this was fun. Love you, dude. Bye.